So, you have a movie for me?
I am a collector. Flag.
Gentlemen, this is...
I don't blame you one bit.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and I'm just gonna keep on rolling through the X-Men series, pitch meeting style. I don't mean to keep saying that, but it just keeps happening every video. So let's make it a thing. X2, X-Men United? I don't remember it ever being called that. I just remember it being called specifically X2, and that was it. From 2003, interesting. But I'm keen to check out this pitch meeting. This movie was kind of, people like it. It was, to me, it was not boring, but there was a lot more cool stuff in the first one, and I didn't mind the third. I can't wait to get to that one next. But before we get into it, what does Aussie Pitch Meeting Guy have to say about this one? So have you got a movie for me? What do you think about an X-Men sequel? Oh, the last one made a lot of dollary-doos, which is the currency here in Australia. So what happens in this one? So I've got an idea, just bear with me on this, okay? It's a little bit strange. How about we have a scene where Magneto hooks up with Mystique, but in the scene, Mystique changes herself into Wolverine. Why? Well, she is his right-hand man and fulfills his every need, and Magneto's into that kind of thing. I'm picturing a fully nude love scene. Very tasteful. Certain Ian McKellen can be all like, "Oh, Wolverine, how long has it been since you had a non-adamantium bone in your body?" No. Hell no. Are you out of your mind? We're not doing that. Mankind has always feared what it doesn't understand. Don't quote Magneto at me. I know what that is. I'm sorry to say, but I'm kind of married to this idea, so how are we going to do it? Look, I'll compromise. You can vaguely reference that something maybe a little bit like that happened off camera. Vaguely. Alright? I can do that.
I'm in.
She's good.
You have no idea.
I was laughing my ass off writing that. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, what it says about me, but let's jump into the reactions. Subscribe if you're new.
Have an X-Men sequel script for me? Yes, sir, I do. And because of the way we ended the first movie, we have a couple of things we need to get out of the way. Like what? Well, like Wolverine took off on a motorcycle to look into his past, right? Right. So he's immediately gonna be like, well, couldn't find anything, and go back to the mansion. Oh, didn't put much effort into that at all. And another thing is that Mystique is still taking the form of Senator Kelly. Wait, she's still Senator Kelly? How long's it been? A little while, I guess. So she's been sitting in on meetings, voting on bills, going home to Senator Kelly's family, golfing. Yeah, Mystique is a full-time public servant now, but sometimes she flashes her eyes yellow to nobody in particular, so she's still evil. Oh, flashing your eyes yellow when nobody's looking is super evil. We're also gonna have Storm back in this movie, and now her Kenyan accent is completely gone. Oh, what happened to her accent? I guess she spent the months in between movies going to speech therapy or something. Wow, interesting priorities. Also,
yeah. The African accent from Storm was not good at best, I think, in the first one, so probably a good idea that they just went, fuck it.
Halle Berry threatened to club me with her Oscar if I didn't take out her character's accent. She was having a tough time with it in the first movie. Anyway, so in this movie, we're gonna have this bad guy Stryker attack the X-Mansion with a bunch of dudes. That's not good. And Wolverine's the only adult there, and he ends up escaping with Rogue and Bobby and this guy Pyro. Okay. So then they go hide out with Bobby's family in Boston. And what happens there? Well, Bobby is gonna come out as a mutant to his parents, and they're not gonna be understanding at all. They're gonna be like, have you tried not being a mutant? Oh, I didn't realize this was a cheap wedding. What do you mean? Because that metaphor is thinly veiled. Oh, solid burn on my writing abilities, sir. That one hurt my feelings. Fantastic. Anyway, so then the...
Oh god, that was such a roundabout way to get to that joke, but it was definitely worth it.
The cops show up because Bobby's little brother is a dirty rat, and they think Wolverine's holding knives. So they tase him? No, they immediately shoot him in the goddamn face. Oh my god, Boston PD doesn't mess around. Yeah, but he's fine. Well, thank goodness. So then the X-Men take off in the X-Jet, but they get chased by some fighter jets. Uh-oh. Yeah, so Storm makes a whole bunch of tornadoes. Wouldn't that be incredibly destructive and dangerous for the people down below? Yeah, I guess she killed a bunch of people, or at least destroyed destroyed their homes.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. So then what
Whoops.
happens? Well, the fighter pilots have to eject from their planes, but one of them manages to fire off 2 missiles.
Oh, so what does Storm do?
Well, at that point, she decides to stop helping.
What, couldn't she hit them with lightning or something?
Probably, but she's not gonna.
Why not?
Doesn't feel like it. So then
Fuck
Jean takes over, but she messes it up and the X-Jet gets hit.
Wow, Storm picked a horrible time to stop helping.
She sure did. So the X-Jet starts spiraling downwards.
Wow, it's gonna be tough for them to get out of that situation.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just before the jet's about to crash, Magneto stops it with his powers.
He's gonna stop it from where?
Well, he's like standing in the forest clearing next to where the plane's going down, so he just kind of catches it.
How could he have known the exact flight path of a jet doing evasive maneuvers at 500 miles per hour?
Oh, that's a good question.
He's Magneto, that's why. And we don't want to know what else he got up to in this movie. Just saying.
Yeah, it is. And the answer is magnets.
Magnets?
Yeah, magnets.
Well, that works for me.
Oh, thank God.
He is Magneto after all.
He sure is.
And what else happens in the movie?
Well, Wolverine's whole thing in this movie is about wanting to find out about his past, right?
Okay.
And so he's gonna find out that Stryker was the one who injected him with adamantium.
Wow, and what does Wolverine do with that information?
Absolutely nothing.
Huh.
And then Stryker's gonna use his own son Jason to control Professor X and Cerebro and try to kill all the mutants in the world.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but Magneto's gonna stop him and be like, hey, kill all the humans instead, okay?
So what happens with the humans?
Well, Professor X starts to do his thing, so all the humans in the world kind of freeze up and have these crazy pain seizures.
wow, so we're actually gonna have Professor X kill a bunch of people? That's dark.
No, he's not gonna kill anyone. They're just gonna kind of freeze up in pain.
It's kind of like in the movie Logan. There's a scene in that where Professor X kind of has that same kind of freak out. But yeah, I like the continuity with that.
What about the humans that are driving on the freeway or piloting planes or in the middle of surgery? Wouldn't they all die?
Right. Right.
So how do you explain that one?
I'm just gonna go with magnets again, if that's cool.
Fair enough. Magnets are tight.
Anyway, so then a dam is gonna break because Cyclops is
did
the
happen.
freaking worst, and all the X-Men are gonna have to escape from the water.
Exciting.
But then the plane isn't starting, so Jean has to sacrifice herself.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she gets out of the plane and controls it with her mind because there's some water on the way.
Isn't there a mutant on the plane that freezes stuff?
That is a fucking good point. Salt water, though. Oh, but yeah, you phrase it. I always found that weird. Jean Grey powers things with her mind. And what is this that she's trying to do? If it's with her mind, what's with like all this kind of business? I don't know. You tell me.
There's 2 actually, because Storm has a whole big scene earlier where she freezes stuff.
And they didn't even try to freeze some of the water, make a protective barrier or something?
They do not. So then, yeah, Jean dies, but also she doesn't because sequels.
Wow.
So what do you think?
It sounds great, man. Just make sure you don't go too deep into Wolverine's origin, though.
Why not?
Well, because that's amazing material for a spin-off.
You want to make an entire movie about Wolverine's origins?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that's the best way to do this character justice.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? The X-Men series was very impressive, though. Like, even to the point of having the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, which it wasn't a good movie. If it was, though, we were supposed to get, like, a Gambit movie. I don't know if they were going to do one about Storm, but that's really what Marvel and the MCU started kind of doing, you know, when they started their whole thing. It wasn't just about the team-up movies. We were going to get individual movies for the other characters and stuff, which, again, is such a basic friggin' concept. I don't know why it took these studios so long to figure out that a shared universe is a fun, good way to, you know, have a superhero story going on. So the X-Men movies were definitely a little bit ahead of their time in some ways. I enjoyed them a lot. I'll check out the X-Men Origins Wolverine pitch meeting as well, but we'll be doing Last Stand next, and then I'll go back and do the old one. So let me know what your favorite X-Men movie was. For me, it's probably... it's Days of Future Past, and it's not even close. That movie is fucking amazing. That's like top 3 favorite superhero movies of all time. Give me your top 3 down in the comments. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.